The Asian Signers team is creating a video to honor Asian Heritage Month, which is in the month of May. It's important for us to recognize all Asian people across the globe. We'll be focusing on the different Asian cultures that include deaf people within these cultures. We'll look at the history and the different events that have been documented with Asian deaf people, as well as looking at the achievements and successes of many different deaf Asian people from across the world. More and more deaf Asian people are being represented with their sign language through the media. This representation shows that Asian deaf people can do anything. The topics of these videos will be the experiences of Asian deaf people during the time of the coronavirus.
COVID-19, also known as coronavirus disease 2019, poses a massive risk to public health. The CDC, or the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, has announced that it has become a pandemic. It is a respiratory disease that is transmitted from person to person. Symptoms range from very mild to severe. The disease mainly affects older adults. We are seeing different parts of the country with alarming rates of COVID-19 activity. The number of cases in the U.S. has grown exponentially and is expected to increase as the pandemic continues. This is serious. The CDC, along with state and local officials and clinical laboratories, are continuing to test possible solutions and to understand how transmission of the disease occurs. The primary methods of transmission are traveling, which is expected to be an ongoing source of transmission, close contact with family and friends, with disregard to social distancing, congregating in public spaces, such as restaurants, grocery stores, and concert venues, with close contact to others, leading to the development of high fever and coughing. These are common and widespread.
Why is this a sign for COVID-19? When seen from a microscope, people notice that the virus had spikes around it. This sign originated from China and is based on the Mandarin terms 冠状病毒, also known as 冠状肺炎, representing the inflammation of the lungs. The sign is now used all over the world. COVID-19 came from a marketplace in Wuhan, a city in China. The virus was spread from animals to humans. When the Chinese government noticed the virus was spreading, they ordered many cities to be locked down. Transportation such as buses and flights were shut down. People could not see family or friends, go to work, or have fun. The shutdown order was issued one day before the Lunar New Year. Everyone was really looking forward to gathering with friends and family. However, they were required to stay home and wait until the pandemic passed.
Here in the United States, Asian people have been experiencing many terrible incidents, as we've witnessed in the news, in articles, and even in signed ASL news. Actual physical violence, verbal violence, and other forms of bullying have all been happening. Asian deaf people have been having similar experiences. However, their stories have been completely ignored and swept under the rug. Since the COVID-19 pandemic started, incidents have been cropping up everywhere, but not much has been documented yet. Therefore, we want to shine a spotlight on the real experiences of Asian deaf people.
Hey, how are you? You doing good?
Hi, good.
Great.
How are you?
Same. So I've been watching the news lately, and I've been talking about it with my friends, and it occurred to me, who do I know is Asian? And I thought about you. Are you Chinese?
No, I'm not.
No?
My family is of Japanese heritage.
Oh, okay. So anyways, really, Asian people all come from the same place, so they must be the same, right?
Oh no, we are not all the same. Chinese people have their own culture. Japanese people have their own culture, which is mine.
Is that so? So anyways, Asian people are really all the same. So, for example, if you're Asian, that means you must eat everything from A
No
to
way.
Z.
You think Asians eat everything from A to Z?
Yes,
How
right.
funny.
I mean, they tend to.
I have my own preferences. For example, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not crazy about certain foods, and that goes for everyone else.
Hey, I'm just wondering, you don't eat bats, do you?
No, of course not. You think I eat bats? That's ridiculous. I grew up here and have
Is
never
that
had it.
so? Okay, fine. You're excused.
It is so sad how coronavirus has spread so widely.
Yeah. But I'm thinking we'll be fine because the US isn't a dirty place like China or
You
Japan.
definitely have
It's
the wrong
dirty
idea.
over there.
No.
You sure? Yeah.
What about
Yeah, it
people
tends
here
to
in the
be.
US who don't take their shoes off when entering their homes?
Yeah, right, sure. But how do you know your house doesn't have the coronavirus? Maybe you
No,
have it.
I don't.
We're here because we want you to watch these videos and acknowledge that these stories and experiences are valid. This is not only affecting the Asian hearing community, the Asian deaf community is experiencing an equal impact on their day-to-day lives. So please, be considerate with what you say, sign, or comment. Next time, just think. We Asians have feelings, emotions, internal thoughts, and so forth. We are human, just like everyone else, just like you.